Good morning and welcome back to the Worm. We're gonna have a fun weekend. This little dog here is really becoming a personality. He's a lot more active. He's a lot more himself. He runs around and screws around a lot more. And frankly, he's just more fun to have around. We got one nice day today. It's gonna be beautiful, pretty windy. Tito's on his way up. He'll be here for the weekend. And the weekend, the next couple days after that, are going to be 3 or 4 days are going to be basically garbage, really rainy. So we're going to do what we can to get this guy some exercise today. You'll never guess what happened last night. Got a full night's sleep. He was just at the vet, got his vaccinations, and the vet said it might make him sleepy. I'd like to think he was unaffected by that and that he's just learning to sleep through the night. I mean, he didn't sleep all the way through. I think I got up 3 times in the night to let him out, but then put him back in the crate, went right back to sleep. Let's just hope it was for real. What you doing, buddy? You can get your big head stuck under there. So since he can just run around out here, he stays relatively close. God, you're squirmy right now. I got some fencing, and I'd like to not have to keep him fenced in, but I think I need a little pen for when I'm working on stuff. Because as you know from previous videos, he just likes to be right under my feet all the time. I don't think we're going to need the fence for long, but it'd be really handy right now. One thing we do need to teach him right away is to come when he's called. I could look it up, find out what age you can actually teach him to do that, but I'm not gonna. We're just going to see if he can learn it. Are you smart enough, my man? I think you are. So my plan is to take him for his morning walk right now. I've got a pocket full of treats. All I'm going to do is say come. If he comes to me, I'm going to give him a treat. If he doesn't get a treat. We'll see how long it takes him to learn. I would not say that he knows his name yet, but if I yell, I won't do it right now. Yeah, he's going to have to be broken of this habit. Hey dude, those are solar panels, buddy. You do like it up there, don't you? But if I holler his name, at least he usually turns his head, so we get his attention, then we'll tell him to come and see what happens. He seems nicely distracted. Kuiper, come. Oh. Hey, here you go, buddy. Good boy. Good boy. Oh, and a handshake too. That's nice of you. Good boy. That's all it takes to train a dog. You just do it once and that's it. And you do like to eat everything in sight, don't you? Yep. Just gotta wait till he's distracted, not paying any attention. Where should we go? To the shooting range? Kuiper, come. Nope, no treat. Kuiper, come. Oh, I don't know if that's too late for credit. We're gonna give it to you. Good job, buddy. Good job. Kuiper, come. Oh, look at that. Gosh, what a pretty morning. It's too bad it's gonna be so windy and then so rainy. Just as a test, maybe I should yell a different word and see what he does. Kuiper, lasagna. He didn't run quite as fast. Kuiper, come. Oh, look at that. He got right up. Oh, tear-assing too. Good boy. I don't know. Maybe you can teach a 2.5-month-old puppy tricks. Puppy tricks. There's a comma. Is there a comma? As soon as we can reliably teach him to come when he's called, I want to teach him how to fetch. Partly because I just think it'd be fun to throw sticks and balls for him, but also a great way to get rid of energy. You know, you got a day that's raining 90% of the time, you can go out in that 10%, throw the ball for, I don't know, half an hour, hour or something. Drain him of energy without draining myself. Just going backwards on the walking shooting range here. Kuiper, come. He's coming, but I don't think he got the message. I think that was coincidental. Kuiper, come. Okay, we'll give it to you. Good boy. Good boy. I don't know if he's responding to me yelling that or me with my hand out crouched down. I think he's reading body language, so I'll have to try to do it without bending down, because he definitely goes, "What's that?" and then stares at me for a few seconds. There were several days that when we took our morning walk, I kept him on a leash. That's just because he got so sick that one day, like right after we had torrential rain. You can still see like these were full of water. Any of these dark spots were just brimming with water. And stupid me was trying to get him to run through them all. I want him to be a water dog. I still don't know what he ate or if he just drank stagnant water, but started drying out enough now that I feel a little safer. And surprisingly, without any training, he knows if I say or no firmly, he immediately stops what he's doing and looks up. So just got to keep an eye on him. Oh, we need a chainsaw out here. How are we gonna get through that, dude? You can get through. What do you think, dude? It's amazing. We're still quite a ways away, and he knows when we're heading back. He starts getting quite a bit ahead of me. Come. Nope. No, that doesn't count. Too late. Come. Good boy. Good boy. I sort of gave you the cue. You're a good boy. Yeah, you're a good boy. Kuiper, come. Nope. Kuiper, come. Good boy. I don't know, maybe you're supposed to mix in the visual cue too for a while. We'll try a little everything, see what works. I was just reading yesterday, I don't know how I got to it, but reading the similarities and differences between Bernese mountain dogs and Newfoundlands. It's apparently Bernese back in the day, like 100 years ago, when they were kind of brought back from almost extinction. I think extinction might be too strong a word. They bred in Newfies, and they both score as high as possible on friendliness and agreeableness to people, pets, and strangers. They're like off the charts. A lot of the traits are really similar. The only couple differences are that Berners tend to be a little more stubborn, which he is starting to be. When I take him on a leash, if he doesn't want to, you know, come off a scent, he'll just hunker down and let me pull him. And they're a bit more active and need a little more exercise, which is great. I love a big lazy dog that needs a half an hour or hour of running a day. You're just so good. Let me give you another one. You deserve it. You deserve it, don't you? So, I don't know what we'll get to in the next couple days. I got some sewing to do. I want to make that treat bag for, for exactly this, so I don't always have dog food and dog treats in my back pocket. If we do the sewing, it's all small projects like that, so I think we can do it in there when it's raining. We'll go in, turn the heat on, take him a bone or something. He can hang out with me in there. I think if I work on, I don't know why I'm saying this, just from the last 20 minutes. I think if I work with him for like 3 or 4 days, I think I can get him to come. And then he does really like this bed we made in the previous video. Was it the last video? We made it out of pine scraps, cedar legs, and some pet screen, just to get him off the ground. Because this time of year it can be pretty cold here. The ground's always wet, and he always wants to be right by me laying on the ground, and he gets cold. So my trick so far has been always to leave a bone or a couple pieces of food on this thing, and he comes right up to it. Let's put his little knuckle there and give him a treat. Kuiper, come. Oh, good boy. Good boy, there you go. Climb on up, furball. There you go. And I think with some more training, I'd like to be able to just give him the command to come and lay on this thing, and then we won't need the fence at all. A lot of the dog training I'm trying to make up on my own, so it might take a little bit longer than usual. Good thing is I've got all day to teach him. It's a good knuckle. Is that a good knuckle, buddy? So this is what I found. It's 3 feet tall, and that's 100 feet long. I was thinking about just making a little area right here around these trees. I was actually thinking about using these trees for corners. I was kind of hoping to use this stump and that big stump, maybe slide the panels back a little bit. Just really, I mean, I don't want to put a fence up. I don't want to put them in a fence. It's temporary, right? It's temporary. Oh yeah, the other issue with this is that he just discovered digging not too long ago, and I'm pretty sure that he's going to dig underneath this fence. Not the biggest deal because I'll be here watching him. I'll stop him if he starts digging. I'm not just going to leave him out here by himself fenced in. But this ground is so uneven. It's all roots and giant rocks. This is kind of filled in with sawdust, but if you just look here, these are huge rocks underneath here. Right here, the roots climbing over a huge rock. So I don't have any idea how we're going to get the bottom of this fence level. You know, who knows? We might not even get to it. I'm going to eat some brekkie, text Tito, see when I'll be here, and, you know, we'll figure the day out. We'll let you know. Or you let me know. Let me know what you think I should do. What do you think we should do? What are your plans for the day? Probably just eat a bunch of crap off the ground and look cute and have giant paws. Ooh, you know what else we need to do? We've got the battery-powered clippers that I shaved my head with. We really need to shave the fur in between the pads on his feet. It's starting to get a little bit bushy, and I think that makes it a lot more slippery on the hard floors. We don't want him to blow out a hip or anything running around in there. Yeah, we could trim those. Should we try it right? Let's try it right now. Kuiper, come. Here, what do you think? Can I clipper you? I've been playing with his feet multiple times a day, every day, just so he gets used to having them touched. No problem. Look at that, he doesn't even really know I'm doing it. Do you want me to do a different foot? You chew on that one, I'll do a different one. If you get yourself a puppy, make sure you play with their feet a lot. Every part of their body. Play with their ears. I cleaned his ears out yesterday, digging around with ear cleaning pads, and he didn't mind at all, which is also pretty surprising. Just kicked his foot and that made a big hole in his fur. Oh, you need your front one, don't you? Grab that bone. Excuse me, can I have it back? Thank you. Roll this way. There we go. Good boy. That's what you call recycling right there. He's gnawing on my hand, but he's so freaking gentle. Let's see, did we get him? Yep. I'm gonna hold your head for you. Is it too heavy? Kuiper, come. Is that maybe the 15th time, maybe 20th time I've done that? One more thing I want to do while he's taking a nap. I guess it doesn't have to be while he's taking a nap, but when I shrunk this crate down and completely covered it, all of a sudden he'll just go in with the door open. If he's tired and we're in here, he'll try to get, well, he does. He gets underneath the shelf that's 10 inches off the ground. He just likes to weasel in stuff. Even in my car the other day, I looked back and he wasn't there. And he'd gotten in between a cooler and a bag of clothes like this big. Just buries in. This cage has this divider. I think I pointed this out in the last video, but from my understanding, the more you can make their crate like a den, the more they'll like to go into it. I want to take this divider out and maybe we'll screw some cedar to the back side of it. Let's just take it out and see what we can make work. It's not really an easy way to use fabric. I mean, I could just drape it over like that, but I don't have anything exactly the right size, and he likes to bite on fabric. I do have all the canvas here. I could also just make an exact fit cover to this. Well, either way, this needs a remedy. This stuff was in the burn pile. That's cedar, the middle of a tree with some rot. I say we just cut the good strips out of it, screw it on, we'll be all set. So now's the trick. This is what the little fenced in area would be for. He's being perfect right now, doing exactly what I'd like him to do. When he's just laying around chewing on something, he's on his bed. which he's pretty good at doing if I move it over closer to where I am. It's not that far away over there. Unfortunately, I just fed him, or I could have put food little by little over there. Oh, I gave him his heartworm pill, which I thought smelled great, and he apparently didn't even eat it. It's a very strange dog. It took him a week and a half to find out that he could eat peanut butter. I tried to give him a pill and a little peanut butter, and he sniffed it and was like, oh, no, he's probably got a peanut allergy. Is it? Yeah, tree nuts. He's allergic to tree nuts. Well, it's slimy. You didn't like that, dude? Seriously? Oh, now you do? You'd think they make them really tasty. It's beef flavored. Save that for later. We can trick him. Guess we'll just draw a bunch of random lines to knock the garbage off. Don't suppose the edges need to be parallel for any reason. I'm not in a super huge hurry to get right back to my big building projects. After years of doing that non-stop, just cutting trees and milling and building, this is actually kind of fun. I mean, it's, you know, I always say it's all fun. I enjoy everything that I do out here. So I'm happy doing these little tiny projects and playing with him and training him for now, but I do want to at least move towards being able to do the big projects if I want to. So like getting him used to sitting on the bed or being in a certain area and being comfortable being in his crate for an hour in the middle of the day if I have to do something loud or, you know, cut down a tree, something dangerous. So no big hurry, but it's kind of fun to keep that in mind as I do the rest of this stuff and work with him, that before too long we'll be able to do whatever I like and he's along for the ride. Where'd he go? Oh, let's try. Kuiper, come! Good boy. Unbelievable. A half of a day, not even a half of a day. Let's try putting this over here and see what happens. Probably always likes to be in the shade. Oh, you know what? I could give you a brand new bone. Ready? Watch this. Kuiper, come. I don't know, does that count? I guess that counts. I'll give you a bone if you stay here for 6 minutes. You haven't tried this kind before. What do you think? How's that smell?
Jeez Louise, hold on. There you go. Hello, friendship. Hello, friendship.
Hey, don't go to me. Go see that guy. You see me enough.
Hello,
go
friendship.
Get him.
Hi.
He should be about 1 pound heavier since you saw him last, like 4 days ago.
Jeez. Uncle Tito is here.
Tried using normal staples on this. Of course it doesn't hold. Tito's got a nice assortment of stuff he's put together over the last week and a half.
I pick them up off the street.
I thought at work you just went through all the bins and threw a handful of each one in there.
Oh,
okay. Yeah. Ooh, nice. You do have one of these, so that's good.
Yep. Anything shiny and bright colored.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
There you go.
We just put it right.
There you go, Johnny. Oh, here's one.
Get some of the sawdust out of here. This is gonna go right here.
Right in my eyes.
Look right in there. Oh, sorry. Are you downwind? Oh, there's so many good things in here. I've already looked through here 5 times, but I keep finding more staples. bolt, some mylock on it. Got ourselves 2 small piles. See if that's enough. All right, let's see if she fits. Yeah, that seems a little cozier. We could slide that one down there a little bit. Close off that side. Look at that. That's really cozy. Dude's got it made. If you gotta sleep in a jail cell, it might as well look like that. I honestly think he would actually like it better if this roof was like half size, because he likes to get underneath there. That's a little more difficult to fix since this whole thing has to be able to collapse. Yep, I think that's much better. We got a little surprise for Tito. You see it? Just chased a bald eagle right down through the trees, that crow.
He's been, have you heard him? He's been
Yeah, Kuiper's been listening too.
making a fuss for quite a while. Hi, sweet pie. Yeah. Oh yeah, I can hear the eagle now.
Yeah.
Wow, they're really fighting.
Yeah, they are. He's pretty pliable, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. A 9-week-old puppy can put his whole mouth over my arm.
Yep.
Jeez.
I don't know. I can't decide on that fence now. I don't know exactly where to put it and how it's going to fit. I was really hoping to get that done right now today before the rain, but can't do it. Luckily, I got somebody to play with the dog for a little bit. I got a couple more trees that are still over trails. They've been over there for like a week or two, so I'm going to chop them up real quick. Got Tito a couple saw logs here, make some 2x4s. The tree was exceedingly dead, but I think the wood's still good in these 2 logs here. Man, the wind's picking up. I had to take all my pot lids off the pantry so they don't get blowed around. A lot of stuff is getting loose. We decided that we're gonna try not to eat so garbagely out here when we cook over the fire or whatever, so I got us some tuna steaks and we're gonna grill them on the fire, and I think it's too windy to light it. Yeah, you never smelled the chainsaw before, have you? It's probably hot.
Probably hot on your nose there, bud.
Yep. Dude, you gotta eat your heartworm pill. It's under your paw, dummy. Like, he puts it in his mouth, but he just keeps spitting it back out and scooting it around. I eventually, after like 3 minutes, I just put it away. Is there cayenne pepper on it or something?
It's the most confusing thing.
Holy moly. Looks like my pan must have fallen off of the tree too. Well, it's too freaking windy. I'm not cooking this on the grill. Honestly, it'll probably be better anyway. Need a little bit of solidified olive oil, which we decided last time has not gone bad. It just looks a little weird. You ever had one of these laughing cow cheeses? I always wondered what was in that little circle. It's like you're eating a triangle of cream cheese. It's lovely. Look at these beautiful things.
Oh man, those are beautiful.
That's a beautiful bounty. Those don't look too bad. Bunch of soy sauce.
Cheers.
Cheers.
fine quality ginger.
Not too bad. Looks pretty good. This is an aged soy sauce.
It looks like it.
It's a lean-to aged. Very fancy.
Soy sauce does go bad, doesn't it?
Not this kind. Yeah, it might be spicy soy sauce. It's got a little tang to it. See you tomorrow for the storm. Storms. Kuiper and I were looking forward to having to hang out in the man cave today and do some sewing. We've had several naps this morning. I slept for 9 hours last night. He was some kind of tired, I guess, because he slept like 3 or 4 hours outside before that. Ooh, now you're wound up. But this big rain just blew through. We're not really going to get it this afternoon. So I'm going to measure some stuff up and we're going to go in there anyway. And I think we're going to do a cover for this and the treat bag. Why don't you go inside and you read the tape measure for me. Just for a minute. We got 36, 23, 24. 36, 23, 24. 24 high. And it has to open on the side and it has to open on the end because you can use either door. We've tried 10 different toys. All sorts of different ropes and soft things and hard things and rolly things. There's nothing that beats one of these pork femurs. He's probably got 40 hours into chewing on one of these things because there's a little bit of flavor left. You love that, don't you, dude? I don't know if he thinks anything about the cedar wall we put in there, but he is very happy in this crate now. What do you know? All the dog trainers, what they tell you is true. Make it really comfortable. Put food in there. Put snacks in there. Put them in there during the day so they get to like it. All right, let's do it. Had to lay this out in here because we got the flat floor that's relatively clean. And of course, Meathead over there was being a little too helpful. I just popped him in there. He barely fussed. The dude does like his naps. I'm trying to keep in mind that this crate isn't going to get used too long, so I'm not making this too fancy. I don't really know how many months it'll be before he outgrows that thing. I'm not double folding any of these edges to keep this from fraying. I'm just using these pinking shears. If it unravels a little bit, that's all right. What's that? And he flops over and goes back to sleep. Should we let him come and help us with the last cut? Oh, thank you. Now you guard these so nobody takes them, okay? Perfect. All right, time for you to go outside and exercise Tito. He needs a good run. Can you help him? Here we go. Ready? Out with you. Go find Tito. We actually have some nice calm weather this morning before the rain later on today, this evening. So I think I'm going to do my sewing outside. The only thing I'm worried about is I have to put the pedal for the machine on the ground. And he likes to chew on anything stringy. I'll just have to remember to pick it up anytime I walk away. I don't know if he'd get a shock from it or not, but I don't want to shoot up cord, and I don't think he wants to find out what happens. What are you going to do? You going to eat my cord? He's doing really well with the COME. So he's got about an 85% success rate on the first call, which is freaking awesome. If I sit here at the table and don't interact with him, he just slowly, you know, goes further and further out, not more than, you know, like 100 feet or something. But there's a lot of places here where I can't see him. He's not really going to get into any trouble, but he could eat something and make him really sick again. So let's see if we can't keep him on the bed for a little bit. You want to see a dog go apey, watch him when he smells this. It's such a good treat that he's only going to get it if he comes on the first call. Kuiper, come! Hey buddy, come up here. I got a treat for you. That's like having TV for 4 days right there. Is that good or what? Especially compared to, ugh, whatever that is. Forgot about myself a summer sun hat. It's a bad spot to sit if you don't want a burnt neck. And I don't know, just doesn't feel right to put sunscreen on yet this year. That's next to the door. That one goes that way. Just doing these 1/2-inch folds around the edges. If you learn to hold your hand just right, you can roll a 1/2 inch as it goes. I'm doing this in a very ridiculous way. So this is a door on the end of the crate, and it's just gonna flip up. So let's see, this edge needs to be sewn under, and the bottom and the side. This is also a door. I sewed one side, not this one, and not the bottom. I guess we'll do those later. I should make notes on this. This one goes under, and then we go around 3 sides. Got that? Okay, side 1. Side 2. Side 3. It's like damp and moldy from 30 minutes of laying down there.
Hi, buddy.
Beat himself in the face. Alright, last one. End door. Does it fit right? Alright, let's see how it works. Yeah, it looks much less cozy without a cover on it. You know when else this isn't going to work is when it gets warm. So we got some time for that. Lets a little bit of light in there. I thought about putting a strap or a flap, but we're not going to get into it. Bloop, bloop. Wonderful. It makes that noise. That wasn't me. It goes bloop bloop when you lift it. Wonderful. Give it a try tonight. What do we have left? Oh yeah, the treat bag, the training treat bag. I'm not going to get too carried away with that. I think we just do a round bag big enough to get your hand in. Doesn't even have to hold that much. Maybe a drawstring on the top and then like a belt, a simple like 1-inch webbing belt. I've got a lot of that. And we've got tons of those Fast X clips that we've cut off of tents and backpacks and stuff when I threw them away. Oh my god. Did you want some dog food? Okay. He's that hungry, but still, if I put him his bowl up here, he doesn't really eat it. Did you want some of that? Oh my, oh my. Wait, I gotta see how much you're getting. Come here.
He's everywhere.
Hold on, hold on. Okay, that's lunch. I think this is the leftover super cheapo canvasy stuff from the heat cover that I made for that big orange tent. I'll leave you a link in case you want to see it if you haven't seen it yet. It's kind of fun to customize your own tent. So this is 6-inch diameter, which means we'll end up with a 5-inch diameter. Stick your hand in, that should be plenty big. Maybe we make it 6 inches tall. And then I think I will wrap a piece under and then wrap that under again. Ooh, mosquitoes. Just so it gives it some stiffness on the top so it stays open. And I'll just cut one strip that wraps all the way around the outside. So 6 times pi, let's just call it a 20-inch. Well, we'll just do it whatever length this is. Did you eat too much? I'm pretty sure he's eating a lot more with me than he was before I got him. And still, he's becoming more and more food obsessed. I don't know, maybe it's just because he's getting, well, he's getting a little older, he's getting bigger, but also he has to be a lot more active out here than he was when he was little and just in the house or the kennel with the breeder. Like at first I could barely get him to eat anything. You know, you guys saw, he'd eat out of your hand a little bit. And now you dump it out there and he'll freaking wolf it down. And I feed him 3 meals a day, like 7 o'clock, 12, 1 o'clock, and then like 6 o'clock. And even those meals, I'll give him like half or 2/3 of it and then make him wait a little bit because he gets like hiccups and he starts groaning and stuff from eating too much. But I still think he feels really skinny. The vet said Americans are so used to overweight dogs, seeing and feeling overweight dogs, that they think normal sized dogs are skinny. He just seems bony to me. No offense. We got a major rainstorm in like 2 hours and you could feel, it was warm, you know, back in the days where I was wearing that cowboy hat, and now it feels like there's ice cubes in the wind. You could really feel it coming. We gotta get this finished so I can put it all away. You hear the four-wheeler in the background. Tito's staying out here as much as he can now. So he packs up his car this evening. It's Sunday. And then he leaves for work before the sun comes up tomorrow, just walks out from the deer castle. Kind of nice. I mean, it's got to be nice to have a good sleep in the deer castle with some rain. He's going to be walking out in the rain and waking up, making yourself a cup of coffee, looking at the deer and going to work. Could be worse. There are probably a few of you that think that would be fun. And you're right. All right, what kind of funkiness could we do for this drawstring? Maybe around the outside edge of the bag, we'll just put a little strip of material that a little pull cord can run in. I could just put it in the top flap, like little piece that I fold down, or actually we fold under that way. I just don't think it'd look as cool. Yeah, let's just sew a strip on there. It'll be nice and easy too, because I can sew it on before I turn this thing into a bag. So it would be fine just to sew it like that on the inside of the bag, but I think you'd end up with a lot of frayed edges, so we're gonna do it twice. Oh, picked up my pedal so Tito wouldn't chew on it down there. Now the rest of this I can just let my hand fold it, the second fold. I don't know if you can catch that, but you pinch this together and use the rest of your hand to let it roll as it goes through your hand. We'll make the piece we sew on 1.5 inches, and on the back of that will be 2 half-inch folds, so there'll just be a little channel down the middle. So we're gonna do 2.5. I'm just going to go ahead and tape these so we can stick the whole thing on. Then I don't generally have a use for it, but I have skinnier tape that I only really ever use for putting zippers on. It's not a whole lot different, but if I tape this on here and then I sew down from the top, usually you'll end up with some sticky on the inside, and since a cord's gonna rub in there, I don't really want that. So I'm gonna use this skinny tape and tape right on the very outside of this. Hopefully it won't get our string all sticky. Straight enough for dog treats, that's what I always say. Got an old guy line off the tent. And I bet there's a cord lock in here. There's a tiny one, there we go. Off some part of a backpack. Probably easiest to put this in here now than try to feed it through later. It's always a little bit of a pain to sew something straight onto something round. Just do it a few stitches at a time. Got to put a belt loop on here. We just ran in here because it said the big storm was here, and we both took a nap for about, I don't know how long it's been, half an hour anyway. Radar shows it pouring rain. We haven't gotten a drop yet. I think this thing came out all right. You got to put a little bit of yoink into it to get it to close, but that's all right. Seals up pretty nicely, so we'll leave this hanging by the door, and as he gets a little older and can handle a little more training, this will work out pretty well. I'm just going to put dog food in it for now. I just grabbed one piece of strap I had laying around. Let's see. See if I'm not too... Perfect. Perfect. It's about time for his dinner anyway, so since it's not raining, we'll go feed him outside. Ooh, I was going to hang it right here. Might that be too... he's not quite tall enough to reach that yet. I heard some ruckus at the door. Hey, buddy. Let's go eat outside, huh? You want some of that? I thought so. Come on. So excited for food. I guess it is sprinkling a teensy bit. You sure you want some of this? All right, all right. You eat this. I'm gonna go light the shower. Don't be a monster. Come on, you gotta get all the way in there. There you go. I was just over at the shower and I peeked back here and he wasn't here eating and there was still food on the bed. He just needs company. He doesn't like to eat alone. Wow, you cleaned that up. Come. We finally got our rain, and I am ready for bed. You've been snoozing a lot, but don't you think it's about time to head to your apartment and try out those new custom draperies? Tomorrow and or the next day, depending on the weather, Kuiper and I have decided that we're going to put the new boat winch, figure out how to mount it on the wall there to raise and lower the coffee table. So we'll work on that, one or two other little things, and we're going to teach you how to sit tomorrow, I think. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week, tomorrow, however it works out. He's had enough napping. I bet we get some squeaks out of him for a little bit. Maybe not, though. Let's see. Oh, yep. Whenever he wants to step back out is the times he squeaks. You're good, bud. I'd say 75% of the time he just lays down. There you go. It's one of those times. Toodles, dude. Enjoy. Not a squeak.